Thank you for coming to KSHB.com and checking out the weather blog. Another interesting day of weather in Kansas City. It is snowing again, and lightly, and part of the metro is getting some accumulation, others are not. So let's go through some of our American Century Investment sky views here at 435 and 69. Snowing pretty good. Gee, most of the roads are fine. However, these decks, the bridges, and the overpasses, that's where it's going to be the most slick, maybe even north-facing surfaces as well, where they don't get as much sunlight. On the plaza, it's snowing, but the roads are mostly wet, just a dusting of snow, and it's going to start to let up here soon. But again, any decks, bridges, or overpasses will be covered. Looking downtown Kansas City, the visibility has gone up as the snow lightens up a little bit. And then as we take a look here at 151st and I-35, that's where it's been really coming down. You get a half to 1 inch of snow there, but you see the roads are mostly good. There's a bridge. However, even though it's wet looking, there could be some slick spots. The temperatures are only in the mid-20s. And out in Lawrence, well, they've had about an inch of snow. But look at that. The roads were somewhat covered a little while ago. Now they've melted off. That March sun angle, once it begins to rise, even in the mid-20s with the temperatures, can melt off those blacktop pavement and stuff like that, and it stays on the grassy areas. But pretty interesting day, and if we take a weather track radar, we have our little snow system here while the northeast is getting hammered by a major storm. We'll look at that in a minute, but this little band of snow, we were talking about how it could come in, and it's mainly from the southwest side of Kansas City off to the south and west. And here at about 10:30 in the morning, it's starting to move off and weaken. However, the snowflakes may continue till 1 or 2 in the afternoon. There's your heaviest snow, Topeka, Ottawa, Butler, Nevada. That's where the main snow has been, but even that is on a weakening trend at this time. And Paola, Princeton, that's where, even into Overland Park, Olathe, that's where the most will fall. And you're looking at accumulations, mainly a dusting over the Kansas City area, but the southwest side of Overland Park to Lawrence, to Topeka, that's where a half to 1 inch has likely, after this is all said and done, especially on the grassy areas. The roads will be left wet, and this evening, once the sun goes down, if there's any moisture left over, there could be some black ice in those areas. There'll be plenty of moisture in the northeast. Look at this raging storm in New York City. Right now is on the rain-snow line. Boston's in this heavy snow, but it may change to rain there. What an intense storm and an odd storm. Long Island looks like they are just having mostly rain. So crazy, crazy weather. And once again for us, you see it's just a small band of snow as it came out of Nebraska and is now moving off to the south. We now turn our attention to a warm-up because look at these temperatures at midday. The average high is 55. It's 25 at KCI and Olathe, 26 in Lawrence, but that sun angle helps out the main roads. But the decks, the bridges, overpasses, that's what gets slick. Warmer weather is just around the corner, but not tonight and tomorrow morning. 24 here, if not colder, depends on cloud cover. 12 in Des Moines, 8 in Madison, and a high pressure over Iowa. We have an easterly breeze. But look what happens during the day tomorrow. The high pressure slips into northern Arkansas. Our winds start to turn to the south. We get into the low 40s. 74 in Goodland. And we'll be in and out of the clouds tomorrow. Then, as we go through Wednesday night and Thursday morning, you notice the temperature doesn't drop as much. 36. The winds are starting to come in from the south. And the cold air begins to retreat. We've had situations like this winter where it was cold, and boy, out. Just like that. Look at Thursday's high. Might be hard to believe. It's 61, 62 degrees. 82 in Hill City. We'll still be hanging on to some clouds here in the cooler air off to the east. And then as we go into St. Patrick's Day, look at Friday morning. 56 in the morning. A lot of clouds. There may be some drizzle or a few rain showers, but that would be it. And then the clouds move off during the day. And boy, the luck of the Irish. 67 degrees. The sun returns, turning out to be a very nice day on St. Patrick's Day. So here is the forecast. The snow will end to the south by 2 p.m., around 31, 33 at 4, 35 at 6. Then watch for the refreezing after sunset, which is at about 7:30-ish. Midnight 26, and by tomorrow morning clear and 23 degrees. So it's going to get pretty cold. And on the 7-day forecast, it's interesting. After today and then tomorrow's a little cool. 60 Thursday, 65 on St. Patrick's Day. We might want to up that a little bit. And then Saturday in the 50s. And warmer over the weekend, so more decent weather. We need some more widespread precipitation. This is still not enough. The last 10 days of this month may get a little more active. Have a great day and rest of your week.